We'd like to have one salmon bagel and one squash and sage slice, yes.
Yeah, because I like it.